If you find yourself losing control when triggered by certain events, it's because your mind has been conditioned only to react. In today's world, almost every individual, without even realizing it, lives through automatic responses. From the very moment you wake up, the bombardment of stimuli begins, from the notifications on your phone to the tone of voice from someone nearby. And just like that, you're already in reactive mode before your day even begins. At this point, realizing how automatic you've become is a turning point. Because the more you react, the further you move away from your own power. People often see anger as a display of power. You may feel powerful when you raise your voice, silence someone, or win an argument. But the truth is, every time you lose control, you also lose your power. This is where Stoic philosophers step in. As Seneca said, anger is a brief madness. Think about it. Can a single word, a glance, or a message really be enough to drive you mad? Why allow something so minor to disrupt your entire inner balance? The real issue is deeper. What makes you angry is not the event itself, but the meaning you attach to it. Did someone say something rude to you? Whether or not it affects you depends on your inner strength. Sometimes the same words don't bother you at all, and other times they ignite fury. This proves that the source of pain is not external. It lies within, in the maps of meaning your mind has created. These maps begin forming in childhood. The things your parents said to you, the way your teachers treated you, the friendships and betrayals, they all shaped certain mental patterns. If someone raises their voice and it reminds you of your father's anger, then you're not reacting to the present moment, but to an old wound. That's why your response isn't truly about now. It's a replay of your past. The path to freeing your mind from these automatic responses is awareness. You must ask yourself, am I reacting right now or making a conscious choice? As soon as you ask this question, your mind pauses. And in that pause, your true power is born. Because every moment you choose consciously, you take back control of your life. According to Stoic philosophy, life consists of two things: what we can control and what we cannot. Simple, right? Yet most of us build our lives around what we cannot control, what others think, feel, or do. These things are outside our circle of influence. We are only responsible for our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. And that's where inner peace begins. Peace is not a destination. It is a way of walking. When someone criticizes you, instead of defending yourself, you take a step back and observe. The question isn't, why did they say that? But rather, why did it trigger me? Because every trigger reveals a wound inside. And when a wound hasn't healed, even the softest touch will make it bleed. Peace acts like a balm over that wound. But first, you must see it. This awareness isn't just a mental process. Your body also plays a vital role. Your body constantly sends messages: tightness in the chest, a racing heart, trembling hands. These aren't just physical reactions. They are emotional signals. You must learn to listen. Treat your body not as an enemy, but as a friend. Not to be punished, but to be understood. The goal is not to suppress your anger, but to transform it. Repressed anger builds up and eventually explodes, but transformed anger becomes conscious, understood, its roots revealed, and it gradually loses its power. It's like releasing steam from a volcano before it erupts. That is the essence of Stoicism. Real power comes not from ignoring emotions, but from becoming friends with them. That's why you must create space for yourself every day. Before you even touch your phone in the morning, take a few deep breaths. Recall the previous day, any arguments, conflicts, or discomforts. Ask yourself, did I choose how I reacted, or did I respond on autopilot? This practice of awareness begins to shift everything. Because you're no longer living reactively. You learn to pause instead of firing back. And that pause isn't weakness, it's mastery. In that stillness, your mind starts to see new options, new paths. One day, in a situation where the old you would have exploded, you remain silent. You feel the familiar wave of anger rise, but this time, you don't act on it. That stillness isn't surrender, it's returning to center. And in that moment, you discover a power you've been chasing for years. Because while the chaos continues around you, you've anchored yourself within. That stillness gives you time, and time brings wisdom. You stop trying to change people. You begin to accept them as they are. Their mistakes no longer feel personal, because you've come to understand everyone is on their own journey. Some run, some crawl, but their path doesn't need to affect yours. You're walking with your own compass now. Eventually, this inner stillness radiates outward. People speak more gently to you. Your lack of reaction makes them question their own. A friend says something sharp, expecting a fight. Instead, you look them in the eyes and say, "I understand." The lack of expected resistance forces them to look inward. Because instead of finding a wall to fight, they find calm. And that calm is your true power. Because it's no longer others or events that anger you. It's your script. You're the one writing it. You can rewrite it any time. Your reactions are yours again. And that autonomy is the essence of freedom. As you deepen this practice, you start shedding the unnecessary. You speak less, but with more meaning. You see fewer people, but form deeper bonds. You complain less, but feel more gratitude. Because peace is no longer a concept, it's a way of being. That inner peace eventually becomes light. It spreads. Others notice it. Someone might begin transforming their own anger, inspired by your stillness. You don't need to teach, you simply become the example. And that ripple effect begins with a single silence. Each moment of stillness plants a seed of awareness. At some point, life begins to feel different. You stop seeing yourself as a victim. Life becomes a teacher. Every challenge wants to show you something. Every person is a mirror. Some reflections you like, others you want to avoid. But you no longer look away, because true power is the ability to face it all, your fear, your pain, your anger. Eventually, you realize everything is temporary. Anger fades, joy passes, but one thing remains, your stance, your ability to stay grounded while the world spins. That's where real strength lives. So today, take one small step. Make a promise to yourself. Today, I choose awareness over reaction. Let this sentence settle in your mind. Whatever happens today, pause first. Take a breath. Return to yourself. That's where the real transformation begins. And from there, life stops being something to control and becomes something you can flow with. This process of learning lasts a lifetime, but it's the truest path, because this path leads you back to yourself. And in the end, you realize that everything you searched for outside was always within. If this message touched you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more deep, mindful content like this. Your support helps us reach more people who are seeking peace, power, and purpose. Stay grounded, stay aware.